Shit, we'll get to that. Just do like a normal intro for now, I guess.
Like, what would an example of one sound like?
What's up, guys? It's albums and EPs here. We got JL and P.
All right, so that'll do. Welcome in, guys, to the first episode. Today, we are doing an album review of 311's Universal Pulse. I guess let me just pass it over to James. James, do you have anything to say about maybe why you chose this album?
Well, I have actually been recently getting into them. They're a new band for me. I didn't know them before. I actually got to give credit to Logan because he gave me the song by them, and he gave me
Amber.
Am no, I don't think so. Maybe you did. I think it was Amber because that's the first 311 song I have on my playlist, which yeah,
Oh,
It's just in space, I guess.
which is in space, I guess. So, but yeah. And then after that, Beautiful Disaster is a song from them that's really good. And then I got into the album of, well, the one that we're gonna do today.
this album was released in 2011. According to Apple Music, it is genred as alternative. So I'll just get us started because I did write down a little bit just like when I first from my first listen. So there's kind of like my first reactions, and I said that uh, I was personally I feel like I was maybe stepping out of my comfort zone to review this album. And I say that because, I never heard of 311 before. And also, I mean, I never really listened to much music that has this sound. And I read their little bio on Apple Music, and from what I can gather, it sounds like maybe this was kind of out of their comfort zone as well. Because it says that the band says that they were part of the 90s rap rock movement. And I think that that definitely shows in a few of these songs, like And a Ways to Go and Wild Nights.
Do you know the artist, pardon my French, this is their name, Bare Naked Ladies? They do a lot of the
French.
they do a lot of the intros to popular TV shows like Big Bang Theory, things like that. And Psych, that's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
And I got that kind of vibe from them a bit. Kind of like a little bit of that vibe, I think. So listen to both. I think you'll see the similarities.
No, I mean I was mostly gonna um, kind of agree with Frost with what Frost was saying. I listened to a little bit of 311 before this, not a whole lot. Um, but this album compared to the other songs I knew by them going into it was a lot different. Um, so it is interesting, and I thought it was interesting for us that according to Apple Music, do you not agree that it's alternative or what?
I mean, alternative just like doesn't really mean anything to me. So I just like, yeah.
No, it is a broad term, but I thought you were well, according.
Well, I was also kind of just like stating my sources. Like, I'm not calling it alternative.
I think it is an alternative album though.
It is alternative for
Like,
sure,
yeah.
Okay.
for sure.
I believe you.
Because it's not like,
You listen to it, you know what it is.
well, you also said it was like rap. It was like rap rock, is what
No,
you
no, no.
said.
That's what they said in their bio. It said that 311 like came up during the 90s rap rock movement.
Because I could totally see, like, they do have like those instances in those songs where it does go faster, and it does feel like
Well,
almost
no, there is like a few. Well, how about we just start going track to track?
okay.
So let's start with Time Bomb. Oh, Logan wants
Wait,
to say something.
Logan wants to say something.
Let me start with this one.
What?
But I have something that really stuck out to me with this song.
Okay.
All right. In this song, ticking like a time bomb, watch me go on. And
Oh,
then
we
it
don't want
goes
to get copyrighted.
and then it goes to Let me introduce you to the excitable crew. First of all, I'm sorry. I hated that part. But that sounds exactly like the Five Nights at Freddy's theme song. Can't wait to
Oh
meet
my God.
you. Join the Sprondonskit family. Like that was what I was thinking the entire time listening to this song.
That's crazy.
So I had to give
No,
this
I
one
can see where you're coming from with that though, because it got a little, I don't know, like I don't want to be
campy.
disrespectful, but it's got that like childlike flow to it in
Yeah.
a way.
I ended up giving that one a 1.5 out of 5 star.
I did I did think that this song was a little underwhelming. It actually ended up being my least favorite song on the album.
Same.
Uh, I do so here's what I liked about it. I like the build up, and it actually has one of my favorite bars in the album, which is this is when they switch from one of the singers to the other, and he says, "We got the place surrounded. Don't be a hero." And then they switch, and he says, "Bet you didn't think that we thought of that," uh, which I just thought was funny. And that's also like one of my. So here's where we're gonna run into a problem. I don't really have the best music lingo, but I'm assuming that you'd call it a chord progression. It's one of my favorite little like build-ups. But it let me down. Something's off about that chorus. Uh, I don't know. But I do like there's a little outro piece at 219 that I did kind of like. They do a little switch up. But ultimately I gave this song a 1 star.
So I gave this song was about an 8. Yeah. Um, I mean, all I can say is I'm not one to go too much on lyrics if they don't sound completely out of sync. Um, so I actually did like this song quite a bit. And actually the same reason that you find it maybe less appealing is the reason I find it more appealing. I'm a happy type of guy. So I like those songs that are a little bit more like, joyful and easy to sing to.
Right.
So
Compared to Logan's depressive
yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
nature.
hold on now.
What
There's a difference between like joyful songs and like campy Barty intro on a TV show songs.
We're starting off.
I
We're
mean, I
starting off
like the
hot.
I mean, one of the I will say though, the Cheers theme song, I love listening to that just regular. And that's an intro song.
Did you rate the songs individually, James?
I mean, if I were to give this one a rating, I'd probably give it a 3.5.
Next track is called Wild Nights. I said that I liked the lyrics. There's a few songs like this on the album, which is kind of just about drug use. But this one specifically, uh, they're talking a lot about like where would you be without the wild nights, obviously, as the title would suggest. But I did think it's really funny that the verses are them like explaining how fucked up they're really getting. Uh, like in the second verse, he says, "Getting on stage, wrecking ball effect is how we rage. Pay the price for months and days." It's like, what the fuck are you doing that has you out of it for a month? Uh, but I just thought that was funny.
I like the way it kind of starts off and just kind of just continues. It's like it starts off with like that dun 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 dun, and then it just kind of continues throughout the whole song.
Mhm.
Although this is not one of my favorites. This is actually lower than Time Bomb.
This actually ended up being my second least favorite song.
Yeah, this song I gave a 1.0.
I gave it a 1.5.
I so it seems like I maybe like this song a little bit more. I thought that this song was instrumentally really good. Lyrically, I thought this song was maybe one of the worst ones on the album. Um,
Really?
but that guitar solo at the end honestly saved the song for me. I think that guitar solo was one of the best on this album. And instrumentally, this ended up being a really great song. I could I don't know why there was that 30-second rap section in the middle. That kind of ruined it a little bit for me. Um, but I ended up giving this one a 3 out of 5. Kind of middle
Oh,
of the road.
really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
I really love that guitar solo at the end was really well done. Their guitarist throughout this entire album, their guitarist is really good.
Let's move on to the
And
third. Oh,
Sunset in July is probably my favorite song from this album. It's very catchy, easy to sing to. Every time I hear it, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into. It's a good song.
I was like redoing my list a bunch of times, and there was at a certain point this song was number two, but it did fall to number five for me. I like this one because it is way more rocky than the first two. Uh, I think I love like there's like a little sound that they play after the first and last hook, and I just really like it. It's an awesome sound in general. And yeah, I mean, it's just like it's a lovey-dovey watching your partner grow old. I will say though, okay, it was at this point in the album that I realized that I think that this album was gonna make me kind of mad, uh, and it did. Like I said in the beginning, I was stepping out of my comfort zone to review this, and I mean, it's just not my sound for a reason that it's hard to even explain. Maybe it is like the FNAF vibe, but someone take the mic.
Um, I'll jump
I'm
in.
mad.
I'll jump in here before you get too mad. Uh, again, look what like what James was saying, super catchy song. Sunset in July. I do like I love that like rockers by my side. Like I think the vocals on this song were some of the I was saying the instrumental on the last one was some of the best. The vocals on this one were really good. And where I thought the guitar was kind of a little bit lacking in this one, the vocals ended up making up for it. So it kind of flipped with that last song, where I thought the lyrics were mid. This one kind of flipped it a little bit. Um, I thought this was a nice song. This ended up being number 2 on my list. I ended up giving it a 3.5 out of 5. Pretty good song.
Three and a half. I ended up giving this a 1.75.
I gave this a 4 out of 5.
We move on to track four, which is Trouble. Uh, so this
Whoa.
is another one, or this is a song about feeling alone. I was getting vibes of like he's a dreamer, but he has no support, and he turned to drugs and things got harder. So I do like the theme here. Uh, he talks about finding the courage to talk about his battle and how he previously never thought he would find clarity. I thought there's a good little bar sequence about that. Uh, um, I actually do really like this song. It's just not one of my favorite sounds on the album. But I also gave this one a 1.75. It ended up being my fourth favorite on the album.
This one was kind of like in the middle to lower for me. I don't know. Compared to the whole album, I feel like this song was different from all of them, which obviously every song's gonna be different. But this one just had, I don't know, something I didn't really like. So, it was a 2 for me.
I gave this one 3.5 actually. And while I really did not like the vocals on this at all, and I thought the chorus was really mid, the guitar on this song was genuinely it like that. This was the best instrumentals on the entire song. I think we're on Trouble, and the guitar blew me away so much that it knocked this one up like 2 stars for me. So that's why I ended up putting this one at a 3.5. I thought that guitar, if I could get rid of the vocals on this song completely, this song would be like a 5 star for me. The instrumental work on this song is amazing. It's just that the vocals on this song and the chorus really bring it down for me.
I agree with you on the electric guitar though. The like when it was just like the riff that it was doing and
Yeah,
it was
because it
just
even
like
started
going
off with
it was
guitar.
like Yeah, it was going off in like just like that one note. That was really cool. I did like that part.
Yeah, I like the guitar work on this
But
song.
you did say that like the lyrics were just bad.
I thought the lyrics on the song were awful.
So that's why I gave it a two. Because I do really like the music like in the back, but the lyrics were just
See, I gotta push back a little bit, only because uh like the lyrics on this song compared to something like Time Bomb, it's like it's like leagues ahead, because there is like some type of substance slash theme, whereas in Time Bomb and stuff, it's like I don't know, it just like seemed like it wasn't really going anywhere.
Well, my biggest gripe maybe isn't just with the lyrics, but it's about the vocals. Like this guy's voice, I really don't like. I was gonna get into this later, but it kind of just sounds. He has kind of the same tone throughout most of the songs on this album, which really is hard to like tie any emotion to many of these songs because he's sounding the same. I know James was saying like he was kind of going over the top and being like, I like being happy, but like, there's just something about like someone that can put them like so much emotion into their sound that that's what really does it for me. And this guy, when the whole album kind of has him in the same tone, it is harder for me to maybe like some more of these lyrics when I kind of don't like the sound of his voice.
Let's get into Count Me In. Uh,
I'll go first.
okay.
I had one note for this one, and I said, "Count me in, you can count me out." I
Oh.
really, I really did not like the song. I
But
gave it a two out of
this
five.
spent some time at my lowest ranking. I did ultimately move it up to six above Time Bomb and Wild Nights because I do like it's got a nice little vibe to it, like a good sound, very happy sound. It has to be my least favorite chorus on the entire album, though. I really don't like it. And to make matters worse, the subject matter on this song is fucking weird. I'm sorry. They're talking like, obviously, count me in. They say, if you're in, I'm in. But the verses clue you into how they're really thinking about this shit. Uh, at one point, the guy says, guarding the flame before it goes out, and it will go out. That is no doubt. He said, they tried to get me just living in a box. The second I try, got ideas were blocked. Uh, just very weird. I don't understand what they're trying to say. Like, oh, count me in, but they clearly don't fuck with whoever they're trying to uh
You get in with,
be
yeah.
with. Yeah. So I just really don't like this. I don't like the lyrics in this song.
yeah, I just didn't really it was too silly. There was parts of it where it was like too like follow along to the rhythm. I don't know.
And to be fair, this song does have rhythm, because like I said, like I like the little like funky vibe to it. It's just kind of weird.
See, I think there's too much like funky vibe to it.
That's fair.
Count me out.
Okay, let's just freaking move on then. To my favorite song on the album, Rock On.
Same.
You too?
Yep.
I wrote down Fire Meter is hot. This song was pretty fire.
Okay.
Super tough guitar in this song. Uh, I think the cruising hook, cruising.
Don't care about what losing,
Yep.
abusing. Yep.
I think that fits in really good. It sounds good. Uh, and this also has more themes of like being fucked up and having to pay the price. So a decent substance.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. This was my favorite song by far. The guitar work was super nice. The solo was amazing. I really like the vocals on this one too. Um, and I thought that this song was so much different than every other song on this album.
Yep.
Um, I would have loved an album full of this, because it was more of just like a straight rock song than an alt. You know, I loved it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. My favorite one on the list.
Oh, really? I still only gave it a 2 star.
Damn.
Well, it's like
No,
it's my
I
favorite
genuinely
song
I
on the
like this
album.
one.
It's
But
not
I
my
gave it a
favorite
4.
song. James, any thoughts? I think you're muted.
This is my third favorite song. And I did like it, but it definitely, and I realized why it's Logan's favorite, and that's just because it's rock. Like it's primarily a rock song. Like you would
I mean,
hear that
there's
from an outside perspective and you'd be like, that's rock.
like
Whereas
no
other
depth in
songs,
the song. It's just rock. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, and I would say I like that too. So I have it at 3.75.
So next up, track 7, Weightless. In my first listen, I did write down this was my favorite song. Off first listen because the sound is really cool. And even upon my next listens, it still is one of the coolest sounds on the album. The only kind of insight they give you into what's going on, he says, it's all kind of starting to make sense. The difference between us and them, but I don't really get what they're trying to say. I did speculate, and I don't know if you guys are feeling the vibes as well, but I think that this song is inherently like pretty like Christian potentially. That's just kind of the only explanation I could have for some of these lyrics. Uh, but like I said, I mean, this might even be the best sounding song. It is a cool little, ethereal, you know.
I took the meaning of the song maybe in a different direction. I was thinking it was still more along the lines of like the, drug abuse and the results of that. And this is kind of just a song that's kind of during that. And it's like, you feel weightless, like everything's all right because, like you're high. You don't have to worry about what happens when you come down. You feel weightless.
Uh-huh.
Uh, that being
I
said, I do agree with you. I thought the lyrics on this one were just straight up bad. And I really didn't like that chorus. Um, this was one of my least favorite ones on the album. I ended up giving it a 2.5.
Oh, really? See, the sound still carries it a lot for me, and it still ended up being my third favorite on the album. But yeah, I gave it a 1.75.
for this one, Weightless was actually right above Time Bound for me, which was 3.5. And then the next song is actually my second favorite.
Me as well. So track 8 and A Ways to Go. That was also my second favorite. This one also possibly had my favorite line, which was he said, "Bro, I had a dream, man, and it was buried in lore." That's just kind of funny. And then
And I
they
had a
go on about
dream
a
it was very
story about they're like in a weird place, and people show him the beast he had once been, and he goes, he starts feeling lost. Hence the lyrics "Destination Nowhere." And then the story continued, and an elder explains that heaven is the most important thing, and then breaks into a dance ritual, which that was real fun. But like I said before, this song has that rap rock vibe to it. Like they definitely kind of bust it down a little bit. Yeah, and this is my second favorite song on here.
Yeah, when he broke out that first time and like the rap, like kind of, like what you just said, the lyrics that you just said were actually like I think the beginning of it. Um, I was super surprised, but I was like, I really like this. And so
Mhm.
it made it up there. And honestly, it does have an argument for the top spot for me.
Uh, you guys really both like this song. I really didn't. This ended up being my one of my least favorites on the album. And it's funny that Frost mentioned that Destination Nowhere line because that really kind of killed this song for me when I heard that. When he goes Destination Nowhere and then he goes, ooh, that just really took me out of
You said
the
you liked
vibe
the
of the song.
voice. And you said you like his voice. You said it was talented.
And no, I did not like this guy's voice. I thought the instrumentally this album was great, but the guy's voice was not the best. Um, okay. um,
That's going in.
that being said, I thought the vocals on this song were pretty good. I didn't like this album vocally, but this song I actually did like the vocals. However, instrumentally, this song had a couple flaws. The guitar work really wasn't that great, and some of the instruments really just didn't work for me. And while I did think the vocals were good, again with those lyrics, I just couldn't get a grasp on this song. Not a grasp. I just couldn't wrap my ear around it. So I ended up giving it a 2.5 out of 5.
Uh, yeah, okay. Well, there's every song and how we feel about them. Uh, why don't we calculate up our overall album score and add it to our tier list?
I ended up giving it, after I averaged all mine out, it was a 2.8 out of 5.
2.8. Yeah, so after my a lot of trials, a lot of tests, it ended up at a 1.65.
I'll just give it a 3. Leave it at that.
A 3-star album, right?
Yeah.
Which brings our total to a 2.48,
You brought it.
33333 repeating, which will slot this in at D tier.
So, one album down, many to go. I'll tell you what's coming up this week. We got a classic 70s rock album here, Dreamboat Annie by Heart. It's an album that kind of balances both mystical hard rock with some folk love songs. Instrumentally, a great album, and more about love, empowerment, heartbreak, all those things Loft loves.
So that's what you guys have to look forward to next week. Thank you all for joining Albums and EPs for episode 1.
Yeah! Woo!
Yep. Yep. Thank you guys for watching and peace out.